Good evening, Central Indiana. Welcome to Porch Time Live from Casey's Cause Studio. I'm.
That's a great start, man.
I know. I'm a loss for words for what's across the table from me. I feel like I've known the guy, but then I'm like, I read up on George Washington, but I can't tell you.
Well, he wasn't this good looking.
No, hell no. We'll get to that character across the table momentarily. First, let's pay some bills. Once again, we're live at Casey's Call Studio. Thank you to Tanya and Kevin for allowing us to be as part of their Sons Foundations. We love what they do for us, and not only us, but our community as a whole. Thank you guys, and hope to see you guys soon. American Basement Solutions, Mr. Larry Ralph Sr., 1-877-409-2837. Key Realty, Teresa Messmer, 765-341-8911. Get a hold of Teresa and buy a house with a pool today, because you need a pool today. Or Stid's Comfort System. Get a hold of Caleb Stid at 765-346-0195. New air conditioner, one of those ductless units. I wish we had one of them in here. Livewire, Tommy Walls Electric Consulting, and Alarm System, 765-792-4012. Wellspring, Jennifer Burnham's Group, taking care of the homeless situation here in the community, and so much more, 765-342-6661. K2 Fitness, locally owned, 24 hours open. Grant, Jared, good guys. Wayman's Furniture, Appliance, and Mattress. Let's not forget Mike's Automotive, Mikey Swango. I'll be going up to 99 Crab with him here real soon. Levi Farms, all your excavation needs, dumpster rentals, land clearing, demo work, hay sales, beef sales, firewood, and the Scottish Highland cows. They're adorable and they're delicious. Just being honest. Home Market right down the street here on Morgan Street. It's brand new, just across the tracks, 321 West Morgan. I heard their food, their chicken is phenomenal. Stop in there, say hi to our friends at Home Market. And now, joining us, I'm going to start off slow. The president of Shields Windshields, a lifelong friend of mine, and we will get into some stories that will make you cringe.
Yeah.
Mr. Brad Shields. Brad, how are you, sir?
I'm doing wonderful, Kevin. How are you tonight?
I'm good.
You afraid this is your last show, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I was sitting here thinking, I come in early and I'm sitting here in the studio, I was like, our senior year, if you remember the last day, what was the last thing we did right when the bell went off, when we're walking out of the gym? You were coming out one door, because we all park crazy if you remember back in the day.
Right.
And just so happens, we meet at center court of the basketball court. Remember what we did?
Oh, God, don't.
I threw you an alley-oop.
Oh.
And you dunked as we're walking, last dunk out the door.
Yes,
and graduation was, 2 days later, and the whole 9 yards.
And the whole,
But I was like, it's the same guy I threw the alley-oop to, and he dunked. And now he's dressed up as George Washington in the studio. So
I can still dunk 8 foot at the park.
Oh, we might have to videotape that.
in the outfit.
All right, I'm going to take them on a journey here. 78, 79, maybe 80. We became friends.
Do you think? No. It was before that, because we built the building in 79.
Oh, then it was 77, 78.
Yeah, or 76.
We moved out and back in 75.
Craig was here. I'm trying to remember when Smitty died.
Oh, we were at Grassy Fork, so we was way. Oh, I know we were already buddies by then.
Yeah, so it was
fifth grade.
Fifth grade. That was fifth grade. No,
I went 1 through 4 posting.
Okay, so fifth grade. I thought we met before fifth grade.
We did, because we put the group together.
Yeah, and we let somebody from Poston in.
It was me and you that put the group together. Wow. We met with someone from East End.
Yeah, we always
East
Bruins.
Yeah, we didn't go west.
No, they were too old.
This is going to be a wild one.
Yes, it will.
77.
I would say, yeah. Argument's sake, yeah.
Met in 77. I spent a lot of time with him and his family. You know, when you say, and I'm speaking as Kevin here, not only as his friend, but these people, his mom and dad, his sisters, his entire family, were some of the best people I've ever met in my life at that point in time. They would have done anything for me, or not only me, but anybody they come across. And I witnessed this over the next 10 to 15 years, easily.
Mom and Dad were fantastic.
Oh,
Mom still is.
your mom's an angel. She's put up with your crap for so long, and somehow she's still as sweet as can be. Comes up and gives me a hug all the time.
Yep.
From White Oak Lane all the way out here to south of town. I'm not going to give that address, but
That's a guy with a lot of guns.
I know. Well, you're George, but I can remember. We'll go back. We'll get into the business here in a minute. But I remember seeing your dad, Mr. Shields, or Bill, as everybody knew him, the Raiders.
Oh yeah,
Remember that?
yeah. See, I think we met in the Raiders. I think
That's where we met. The Raiders.
In junior football Raiders.
Yeah.
In our baby blue, powder blue uniforms.
Were phenomenal.
That was great.
Phenomenal.
And Roger Brummett.
Yep. Roger, Pete, and Bill.
Pete Elliott.
And I think we had one other, but I don't think it was irrelevant.
Yeah, but that was the
big trio.
That was a trio. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where we met. That's right.
Yeah. So the Raiders and Junior League football.
Yep.
Then I get to stand all night with you, and we ruled Lake Edgewood.
Oh, yeah.
At least that side of the county.
That was our lake.
Yeah. So you had your dad would spend hour after hour in this garage working on this plastic stuff.
Yep.
And the whole time I'm like, what's he doing? And you try to explain to him. I'm like, okay, let's go shoot guns. We need to go talk to Stephanie or Leslie or whomever. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't think I'd open up those wounds, did
Wow,
you?
you're opening everything.
Oh, can we keep going around the lake? Can we keep going? But my memory's like a steel trap, by the way. But of course, you had Craig out there.
Yep.
We had lots of buddies we knew.
Steve Ward is out there.
Yep. Just a whole lot of good.
You know, Steve never made the cut for the Fearsome Five.
No.
He would come up for vote every year. He just never quite made.
Yeah, we started the first gang. I ended up getting transferred NIL deal early from Poston Road to at the time it was East Elementary.
Yeah, it was East.
Because Craig's dad was the principal still with us, and Jeff's dad was the principal at the junior high.
Right, and they both paddled us.
Yes, they did. We're getting to that. So we'll get to this multi-million-dollar company in a minute.
I mean, we
folks.
were the OG.
Yeah,
of OG.
One of the OG original gangsters in the community. Our first gang was a gang we called the Fearsome Five. And I'm going to name names here. I mean, I have to serve my time. I mean, we got to.
Name the troublemaker.
It was, of course, you.
Well, no, the big troublemaker.
Oh, that'd be Smith, probably.
But no.
Oh, that's Chris Sheets.
I mean, the only time the cops ever turned a light on after us was Chris.
Chris, who's not. The only time we got chased by the cops.
We crawled back in his window.
Were Chris Sheets. Yeah, Chris Sheets. Oh, and he's not a principal anymore.
Jeff Bell's not a principal anymore.
Jeff Bell.
Yeah.
Craig Smith, myself, and Brad.
Yep. And Mrs. Rosenbaum. Called us out for being gangbangers.
Yeah.
But they didn't use the word bangers.
We were. It was the 5th grade fair, and there was another group of boys trying to rival us.
Oh, can you name them?
No, I can remember all of it, but I mean,
one was named Mike. Golly, now you just mentioned that.
But they were trying to rival us.
The 5th grade fair.
And they said they were going to fight us.
Shit was going down.
Yeah, and so we said we'll be there. I couldn't even go. I wasn't even going to go. And I don't think Craig was going either. One of us wasn't even going, and 2 of us weren't even for sure. 2 of us weren't going. 2 of us weren't sure. I think you're the only one that was sure you were going. But all 5 of us get drug out in the hall and beat.
And literally beat. That's when they beat kids.
Yeah, we got beat. They took turns passing the paddle for absolutely nothing.
No, wow, nothing happened.
No.
Yeah, that
was all premeditated, so they thought.
I had actually forgotten about that till you mentioned it. You think about the anxieties we had.
PTSD from
I'll tell you, with all the anxieties we had over that.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So we go on from there to, of course, junior high, and then high school. We all played football together. One of the better teams in Martinsville history.
Up until what Brian's done, I'd say the best. I don't want to hear it. 92. I don't want to hear from anybody from 92. We're going to beat their ass.
But you know how many points of game we averaged? 36.
Yeah.
What offense did we run?
We ran the veer. I was in a 3-point stance.
Yeah, and they're running the West Coast spread, and we ran a veer and averaged 36
we ran
games.
A veer.
I tell people that, and they look at me like Chris and go look at the scores, add them up. Yeah. I'm not kidding.
Well, you know, we had our 40th reunion this last year at the football team.
I was there with you. Oh, no.
And the football announcement, all Fearsome Five All five of us.
right.
All 5 of us showed up for it.
We were all there.
Only 7 guys showed up,
5 of them were us.
and 5 of us with Pearson 5.
There's Pam Green. Lucas, hello, Pam. You had Craig was starting center. I was right guard. Chris was left guard. You were wide receiver. Jeff was a quarterback until he broke his wrist, hand, leg, something. He broke something. But that was our group.
That was our group,
and we had a good time. We
had a great.
We raised a lot of hell, but we had a lot of fun. But we never did anything really over the top, bad. Other than saying we were going to fight a bunch of 5th graders, and we got our asses beat severely by Mr. Smith, Mrs. Rosenbaum, and I think Mr. Bell.
And the aim's horrible. They never hit our asses. Always
No.
right in the thigh or the hamstrings.
To this day, and it was all the other group started it.
Always.
We were just cleaning up.
We were the good guys.
Yeah, of course we were. But nothing was ever said after that because the year was out.
Yeah.
And then we went to 6th grade and they didn't give a crap what was
No,
going on.
6th grade. Yeah, we kind of 8th graders were a little intimidated when you're in 6th grade there. So
Yeah. But the one thing I do recall when we got to high school, we knew we were going to have a good sports teams. If things would have went the way things should have went, there probably could have been a couple state titles, maybe one in 2 different sports if things would have worked out the way they should have.
So. Our sophomore and senior year, both those years, we were really strong.
Yeah.
And the sophomore, the damn flea flicker.
Oh, boy. And I still think if things would have went the right way in basketball, we should have won a title in basketball our senior year. If you'd have had Tracy and you, and everybody would have stayed.
Yeah, I don't know if we went on that basketball route, but none of us. Jeff Belkat's the only one that ended up on the roster.
Yeah.
And
we had 6 guys in that school that were 6'5" and above, 6'4", 6'5" above, and none of you played.
No.
And to this day, and we had 2 guards that played with you guys in the intramural league. But we're going to hit on that too, if you remember, that were as good as any guard in the state of Indiana at that point. Kenny and Jeff.
I'll tell you, Jeff Fry was. Our intramural team would have crushed the varsity.
I know we beat you.
I know, and you think about Chip.
We beat you in intramural for not even the championship, but they put you guys in the yearbook as champions because you were so dominant, and we beat you. 3 fat guys and 2 guys that couldn't tie their shoes, and we beat them.
Yeah, we kind of did the same thing when I was in college. We had an intramural team of players.
Yeah,
we had a couple guys that would have started. Ernie Jones could have played in the NBA. I mean,
he's a wideout.
He was a wideout. He was a Big Ten offensive MVP of the year.
Yeah.
Van Waiters played with the Browns.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we were pretty freaking amazing intramurals in college as well.
Well, when you're that athletic, you can do anything.
Well, some of them can, but I could foul really well.
Yeah. Move your feet, Brad.
My feet, I can shove.
You can kick, too.
I can kick.
Because
you
did block a punt in the dome. We at one point in time held the scoring record.
In the dome.
Yep. I think until Mississippi Valley State with Jerry Rice came in.
Or
Willie Totten. Willie Totten was the quarterback,
So we scored 55 or 56?
56, and I think they had 58.
Yeah.
We held that record forever.
Yeah.
We were 10-3. We lost twice to the number 1 team in the nation.
Yeah, and that was, the second game got out of hand. But that first game, we played them early in the year. We should have beat them, man.
20-14 at halftime with the ball in the inch-yard line. We go silent count, and we don't pull it off. And we take the lead at halftime on Warren Central.
Yeah.
And they come out and they get 2 on us, and that's it.
They did. I mean, let's be honest. Jeff George at that time, I forget his college career and lack of NFL career. I don't care what you say. I've never seen a high school quarterback like in my life.
He was better in high school than he was in the NFL.
Oh, for sure he was. And the thing is, they put him in shotgun. He'd take a 7-step drop.
You remember how deep they lined up?
Yeah.
Up the second game?
Yeah, you couldn't get to him on a free rush, and he could still throw it 60 yards on a low. He was phenomenal as a.
You've watched the tape. I never have and never will. How many balls went off our guys' hands because it was a freaking rocket? It wasn't something you were used to.
We had
4 or 5.
We had a weird game. Remember, we had a punt return for a touchdown.
We did?
No, they returned a punt on us for a touchdown. It was just that game was.
I don't remember that, but it was 30-6.
I got my cleats knocked out of me trying to.
All I know is I got, and loved our coaching staff. Don't get me wrong, but we're trying to run wide for some reason late in the first quarter, and it's already 13-0, I think, or 13-3, and I step out around Hawkins or Muddy. And out of the corner of my eye, I already see 3 defenders. I'm like, we can't outrun them to the corner.
No.
We have to run straight ahead.
Now they had, who was on their defensive line?
Oh, yeah.
Jason Whitlock.
And Jared Whitlock.
Yeah.
Jason was right in front of me.
Yeah. Baby Whit was.
I've messaged him and said, dude, you beat me. And he ignores me. But
he was the night I met my wife up at Ball State. I was talking to him.
Yeah.
We were just shooting a breeze right then. And I've tried to yell at him because we align with a lot of our opinions.
Oh, sure. As do I, George.
But yeah, that game was it was cold. It was just eerie. It was a shame. I was ashamed to lose that way. The only thing is though, for me, for my career, the first pass I ever caught at the Raiders, Johnny Elliott threw it to me.
Yeah.
And the last pass I caught in high school, we did the double pass.
Elliott threw it to you.
And Elliott threw it to me down the field.
Really?
Yeah. So I started and ended my career in Martinsville.
With the pass from Elliott.
Yeah, thought that was pretty cool.
The one and only clipping penalty I ever got in my life in high school. Mm-hmm. Toss right, late in the game for some reason. I don't know what we're doing. At this point in time, let's just run it straight ahead and get out of here. But we run a toss right. And again, I sweep out there, and there's 9 people from Warren Central waiting. And of course, it was Whitlock or Jared or Jason, and one of them gives me the forearm shiver in the back. And as I'm falling forward, there's a cleat, and my head hits this cleat and bounces up, and I bounce on the ground. All of a sudden, I hear ding, and I'm right in front of the Warren. Said, "You dirty player, 52!" Cussing and yell at me. I'm like, I look at the ref. I go, I got pushed. It doesn't matter. It's a clip. And I'm like, it's like a 5-yard loss. They're going to decline it anyway. Right. The one and only clip I got. Real quick, funny story on my end. I'm in Germany, in Baumholder, and there's a little pizza joint like 2 miles from our barracks on the other side of Post. And that was the only one we could go to. You had to go there, get in line, and go in because it was 900 soldiers.
Yeah.
Packed. So I'm sitting there, and I hear this guy behind me telling stories about Indianapolis, this and that, and I'm this and that, and we did this and that, and I hear the word Warren Central. And I'm like, okay. I was like, I'm either going to get a beer bottle broken over my head or I'm breaking a beer bottle over somebody's head because this is going to happen. And I turn around and I walk and I look, and this dude stands up. I'm like, Jared Whitlock, 6'4", 3.
Oh, yeah.
Now he's 6'4" with like 2% body.
Yeah, I changed body a little bit.
And he goes, his exact words, Coriel, are you freaking kidding me?
That's cool.
And I was like, first of all, he knew the name, and I shook his hand with a big old hug, and we sat there and chewed the fat for a little bit.
Oh, that's awesome.
He was as big as monster he was. Jason's brother was in school.
Yeah.
This guy was even more intimidating now. Looked like a wall locker, and
that's awesome.
so there he was. And if I'd hit him with a beer bottle, he'd been like, "You're in trouble."
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we have history. Myself and Brad, we have a long history in this community. And here's the funny thing: I know this guy does a lot behind the scenes that nobody knows about, and ours is more visible. But this idea of stuff like this came to me a long time ago. If you remember. Us and Steve Ward and a couple others, we went out to a man's house, I think at the corner of wherever the 2 streets are that meet right there, the road you come in on Lake Edgewood, he lived right there. And we raked his yard for free. He was an older guy, and we were just a bunch of high school punks. But that was one of my first, hey, let's do something for somebody. And you were involved in that. That's and you've done so much, not only for employment opportunities with this community, but your business, and we're going to get into that real quick. It's just phenomenal.
Well, thank you. It was it was bred in us. It was raised in us. We're fortunate, work hard, but some people have some bad times and down on their luck. And
sure,
if you can help out, you help out. And it got to the point. I taught it my son and my nephew when it was snowy out. They would take my truck in high school and they go plow driveways with people.
Sure.
And I said, and I told my nephew, he said, "You're not getting paid.
Right.
They give you a tip, but don't wait around for the tip.
Right.
Do it and get out of there." And
did he understand that concept?
It's that's for some people better than others, but and that's just kind of how we've been raised. And it's I remember the leaves. We cleaned up a lot of yards in Lake Edgewood because we TP'd them and so.
And
before that,
that was we got caught. We got caught on one. fun.
Yeah, no.
We didn't go to jail for that.
No.
Sheets about put us in jail, though.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, we all can't go back in that one window at the same time on his roof. It's one at a time, folks.
That's Chris Sheets, care of Martinsville. Yeah. We're gonna have Sheets and Bell and Smith in here.
Oh, yeah, we have
And there's
to.
gonna be some stories that.
Well, look at the truth out of all the lies, exactly what happened.
Right. Oh, good times.
Yeah, it was
All right. 77, 78, and I think it started a little bit before then, but out on White Oak Lane in Lake Edgewood, a William Shields started a company called Silhouette Fairings.
It was FormTech Plastics.
FormTech Plastics.
Actually,
they
let me step back. It was product design.
and it was Silhouette Fairings.
Yeah, and they made the Silhouette Fairing. That was 75.
And that was the fairings, the plastic that went, the windshield of the motorcycles.
Yeah, on motorcycles, acrylic, all one piece. It set the world on fire. There was no design like that at the time, and they had a breakaway system so it was a full fairing system, and it kept the wind off you, and it looked cool as hell. It was safe. If you hit it, it popped off, so you didn't have to get cut up and go through it. And it exploded. And Mom and Dad sold dealer direct. There was no retail individual sales. There's times I wish, but.
And it was an office of two, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, pretty much started there, and then my sister's friends in high school, kind of as they got jobs, and one of the employees, Joe, still works for us.
Really?
Yeah, Joe's still there, and Al just retired a couple years ago, and had a handful, 5 or 6 guys early on. It's crazy. This isn't my real hair, by the way, the white.
No, it is. It's legit.
So I get my hair cut Trafalgar now. And the young lady cuts my hair. Her mom and dad actually met while early employees at FormTech, and they're married. So I didn't realize that. We were talking about stuff. She goes, "Oh, I think my mom and dad used to work there." I'm like, "Oh my gosh."
Now let's jump ahead. You may have already, but we across 37. Mm-hmm. Your dad had designed, puts a building over there. That's where the factory's going to go.
Yep.
Because he's got to do it.
Yeah,
he's getting busy.
Well, we went from the garage. The office stayed there. Then we went to Nutter Street.
That's right.
So we had a
down by the Daniel building too at one point.
Well, we went to the airport then, and that's where the office out the airport and basically what we call engineering now, design work.
Yeah.
But Nutter Street was where the production went, and that's where we got paid $5 a weekend to clean that.
Okay.
$5.
It's
$5.
That's Newberries. It's a pop. That's something. That's an extra Coke at Fred's.
Yeah.
On the weekends.
That was. Yeah. So remember that's a building we cleaned. That we cleaned on.
Man, I forgot about that.
And then so in '79, Jimmy Garner was the mayor, and he and my dad got together and started the industrial park.
Yep.
Where we're at now.
And I'm not kidding you, folks. No. He's got photos. When you cross 37. There was no carpet. There was no dealerships. There were no houses. There were no trailers. There was a drawn out building in the grass, basically, and a road about halfway down the hill. You said,
yeah.
As you
then
drop in.
Gravel. And something that's funny. I never asked my dad. It just never dawned on me till a few years back as I'm adding buildings. Why did buy a triangle? Why not a rectangle? I mean, you and Mayor Gardner laid this thing out.
Did the OCD kick in there?
I don't know. I'm like, dude, this triangle.
Have you been trying to short sell the rest of it?
I don't know what happened, but I'm like, a rectangle sure would have been nice.
Oh yeah, it made it a lot easier.
Right there.
Right.
Yeah, we had to.
Now we got a double decker instead of going back.
Beg for some forgiveness on that.
Right.
20 feet from the road is 20 feet from the center of the road, right?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes it's better to ask forgiveness.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
But yeah, so built there in '79, and then started adding on, and then.
But I want to. When they poured the concrete,
yep.
And they had brought in so much cardboard for shipping purposes that they filled the entire back warehouse part of it with cardboard.
Yeah.
So these 5 idiots, Craig Smith, Chris Sheets, Jeff Bell, Chris Sheets, or Brad Shields and Kevin Coryell all get this idea, we're going to stay all night there and stay awake and watch the sun come up.
Yeah.
So we play hide and seek in this vacant warehouse from about 9 p.m. till 4:30 in the morning. Mm-hmm. Fall asleep on a cardboard up by the front. Remember the cleaning ladies were coming in to clean the offices.
Yep.
And that building literally just had opened up.
Yeah, just opened up. Oh, man. You know what's something, you jump ahead a little bit. So, especially basketball season in junior high.
Yeah.
So after school, we go to Poe's Cafeteria where the empty Walgreens is now, and we'd all eat there. And so
You don't miss a beat, do you?
no, I know, man. Tim Dillman, Jeff Pales,
Yeah.
me, Tracy, whatever. And then we go over to the plant. And then we'd play chase or kind of hide and seek in there. We'd run around the new the warehouse hadn't been built yet. All the metal nails or the screws.
Oh, sure.
Nails. We all ripped our jeans, had cuts in there. And then one time, I'll tell you what, I hope Larry Emke is watching this. The maddest I've ever seen Larry Emke in my life was we had
He could get mad.
Oh, he could get mad. He could fake it too, but he could get really mad. But one guy is holding up a display booth, okay? And Tim Dillman's trying to get away from Jeff Pales. And
Should be easy.
or the other way around. And Pales has got this one by thing. And
Hello, Shelley.
Tim comes in to like get it, and he takes and he slams, he hits Tim right in the head and splits his head. We got to go get stitches. Tim's our center. He's 6'4".
Yeah.
He can't play that night.
Oh.
Because he got stitches. When we all got cuts on our thighs from the screws in the wall, and all our
Larry's
jeans were
gonna
torn.
snap.
It was the first time we made our moms mad. The man Larry was so. I mean, he was just.
Take your drill on
mad.
Dillman. Wow.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, so we had to tone it down after that before games.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun there, and I can still remember this. Our junior or sophomore year when you moved out, when he started
Out to Mahalersville, I went out summer before freshman year.
freshman year. But when did you have everybody out there?
Well, it was right before the house was built, so it was probably in
The house was built.
Was it built? Okay, so this would have. You mean? Are you talking about when we had to capture the flag? That was before us. That was summer before our senior year. That was before the party up on Rob Hill.
Hello, Amy.
We don't want to talk about the party at Rob Hill that night. But
Yeah, Amy girl.
yeah,
No, there's a couple parties
we won't talk about that. But about 2 weeks before that, I had all the to-be seniors out.
Yeah.
Cooked out. And we did kind of like capture.
We had about a 10-mile radius of find each other in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And there was only about 4 of us that knew we knew ins and outs, and me, you, Craig, probably Chris, and
a lot of guys had no idea what happened in those woods.
Yeah. And I think you and I were out there earlier in the day setting stuff
We
up.
set stuff up. We had traps set.
Yeah. And this went on from darkness till wee hours in the morning.
Well, I think my dad actually got a little pissed at us because we ended up down at the barn.
Yeah.
And
Horses
and the
Jack
noise and all
horses.
that. And I think probably about 4 or 5 in the morning. He was finally fed.
He was done with
He finally had it. You know, funny with that kind of
got there on the Kubota.
yeah, all the years I was a coach, I'd bring my boys down to IU football camp, and we'd come back up the night after camp, and we'd all camp out there.
Really?
And when I was the first couple schools, no problem.
Hello, Mike.
When I got to Peru, and I had my my non-country kids,
Right.
we had some adventures in the woods that were pretty terrifying. I mean, possums can be scary.
You brought them down here in the woods? Yeah. You brought city kids down the woods.
Oh yeah, and we walked in the woods, and my coaches, and it actually was funny because only one of my coaches.
And that was wooded back then. I don't know how bad
It's
is
still
now.
pretty wooded.
Yeah.
But he was a hunter, but the rest of them were kind of urbanite coaches. They were just as it was
More than
hysterical.
3 trees and they're getting nervous.
Yeah, and then the kids would be sleeping out by the pool, just hanging out, and then raccoons would come out at night.
Sure.
And come jump in that pool and wash themselves off. Tell you what, I wish I had videotape of those boys. Oh, it was great, but it was good bonding. Yeah, it was great. It was a great time. That was a lifetime ago.
So, Dad takes the business across the highway, still making fairings, but branching out a little bit.
What happened was, as we went to college, and things were looking to change and so forth, he got an offer that a competitor wanted to buy Silhouette Fairings, and Mom made the right move and sold it. And the brilliance of it wasn't known until the next year when the touring bike market went to crap, and it was the cafe, the Crotch Rockets came out. And they all have that little cafe fairing.
Sure.
And so the touring bike fairing market dried up. I think it would have been horrible, man. We've still been.
So I did not know that.
Yeah, it was crazy how it happened. And
So when he sold off the fairings and went the other direction,
about a year later, the market just left.
yeah, because you don't see them anymore.
No, and touring bikes are back, but there's a guy who tried to steal our patent. I probably shouldn't go in the story, but
Right.
Dad won the patent fight, but it cost us so much money to win the patent. He's still making some national cycle. He's still making them.
So what was his next Lexan stuff?
What he started doing a lot of prototyping and some different things. They started doing hood protectors and just basically all kinds of different job shop, custom work and to order work. And then got in with Simpson racing helmets and started doing
visors and stuff.
the visors. And those were made out of Lexan. And started out with FMR, which is a formable Lexan, a formable coating to give it some scratch resistance. And then to upgrade it, started coating them, the uncoated Lexan soft to scratches.
Sure.
Okay. So we started
have protection on the OD.
Right. So we started coating them in house, small little face shields in house.
Sure.
And it wasn't long after that that's when I got out of coaching and came back in '99. And at the time then, we were doing the IROC series through this North family who owned it. But that was, they paid for the tooling, and we were doing some stuff for Riley and Scott. Again, custom cars or remake cars where they paid for the tooling. And I kind of got in there, and Dad had me doing all kinds of odd jobs, doing different stuff. But
well, he knew you had to know everything in the business.
Yeah,
every detail.
Yeah, including on how to, pour concrete, because that's really coming handy for me these days. But
and kick rocks and sweep leads.
Yeah, exactly.
And climb on the gutters.
Very important. Yeah, gutters that aren't up there. We're on the other side. But yeah, I had an interest in racing and all, and I started noticing through what we do with the IROC series, and so I went up to testing and got up there, and there's the IROC or the Trans Am series guys. Excuse me, I'm sitting on my tails.
You don't sit on your tails. Is your butt puckering about this IROC stuff though?
Oh yeah, and I love the IROC, but I'm like, I can make that Corvette window. I can make that Camaro window. I can make that Mustang.
So
window.
you went up there business-wise thinking, what can I see?
I went up there just kind of with a little excitement and came away going, okay.
There you go.
Oh, thank you, Wes.
And that's a tip of the cap from one of the better human beings around here and a great business guy himself.
Yeah, and done a great job, and I appreciate it. And I bet you got some bourbon for you, Wes, if you come by.
Bourbon barrel, baby.
So Dad and I had a discussion, we'll leave it at that I want to sell motorsports retail. The big problem with that was, tooling to form plastic is a lot of expense. Man, that's all the expense up front. And so you put that on the customer. You want a custom thing for your RV or whatever, okay, you pay for the tooling. We'll make it.
Now, the tooling you're talking about, actually the cutting of the merchandise.
The cutting, the forming, how we go ahead and manufacture it. And so you own the rights to it. If you pay for a tool for your RV, I can't sell it to Joe Blow.
Sure.
But I'm like, I think I can sell this. And so after some discussion, I said, we'll just make the mold. Who's going to pay for it? Time will pay for it.
Right.
So it made the.
So you're butting heads with your pops here.
I don't know about button heads because it wasn't much winning then, but a lot of learning.
You learned.
Anyway, we got to we got the green light to make the Corvette, the C5 mold, and Bob Ruman, Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio, in the Trans Am series. He was number 23.
Yeah.
Was my first retail customer.
You have his number up on your wall in the office.
Well, it's funny. I don't know if he's still alive. His daughter started racing, golly, probably 20 years ago, and Amy Ruman, she had bought from us as well. But it kind of started, then we did Mustangs, and we hit BMWs after that. And next thing you know, we're doing a lot of different makes and models in sports cars. And
so you sold the first one for free and it bought a...
No, I didn't sell it for free.
You gave the first one free, but it bought a lifetime.
Well, I didn't know. We didn't charge them for the tooling.
Okay.
So they bought the window, but the tooling, this big expense of the tooling was still sitting on my desk, so to speak. So, but by the time we were forming it, but we couldn't coat those bigger windshields. So I'm driving them down to a place in Cincinnati, every other week, and getting them coated, and then we're trimming them and shipping them off. And then I'm doing it once a week. And then as this is going along, I get in NASCAR. And I got two side stories on that. But I get in NASCAR. So I ended up driving to Cincinnati 2-3 days a week to get windows coated. And finally, my dad, we got to start coating this in-house. And we don't know what we're doing. I know we don't know what we're doing, but we got to try. And so he allowed Joe Gannon and I a kind of a corner back in the coding room, and it was serious. And
You look good, though. That's all that
it's all for it.
You're right.
And we started coating windshields, and in a room that we tried to keep clean, and all this stuff.
How many tries did it take?
It was, people would open the door to ask a question, and here comes the breeze, and like we got wet coating, and it just, in 2016 we started, we built our 9,000 square foot class 10,000 clean room. We opened it in 17. Dad was able to see it operational,
Awesome.
which was awesome too. And I've not been in that room since probably before Dad passed, probably in December of 17 was the last time I went in that room, because you've got to gown up, you got to do all this stuff. I think we went into clean once.
Sure.
But it's an amazing, how we grew from that to this state of the art coating room now that.
Not something like in the country.
Yeah, there's some good coaters in the country, but nobody can combine what I do: forming, coating, and trimming. And
One-stop shop.
Yeah, and the mass number of it. But going back to NASCAR, I knew, NASCAR just okayed polycarbonate windows, and we had to get this. And the people that were making them at the time, the windows, was a guy in Chicago. He's not a bad guy. I'm not bad-mouthing him, but he didn't know what he was doing foreman-wise. And it was before 4.5 stars, well, 3 at best. 2.5 really, if you're judging them. Anyway, before they started making windows.
You're using 4.5.
Yeah. So Alex could barely walk. So Karen's carrying Alex. Bo is carrying my brochures.
And Joby.
And we're going door to door in Mooresville, North Carolina. I'm knocking on NASCAR doors. So this is 2000. And I'm asking for the crew chief, and I'm getting him.
Wow.
Yeah, so I get Ryan Pemberton from Jasper Motorsports. I get him. He comes out to the front lawn.
Who's his driver's name?
The window's up in my.
Wasn't Stewart, was it?
No. For goodness sakes, Kevin.
We had Hendricks, we had Pemberton, we had DEI.
So this was. It'll hit me here in a minute.
Anyway.
Yeah, and I've got the window up hanging in the building.
Yeah.
And so I'm drinking coffee, and for some reason he goes, well, does it repel water?
Joey was in here about 2 weeks ago. You weren't dressed up as George Washington.
Well, you got it by the outfit.
Yeah.
And so I took my coffee and I threw it on my window, and it just hit and beat because it's silicone on the outside. And he's like, I got to have it. I almost had the driver's name. So, but I didn't have a part number.
Really?
So he takes it as a cheater. Back in the day, there was wonderful. NASCAR was so popular at that time because they gave you 3 rules. Everything else was fair game. So it wasn't really cheating.
You ain't trying, you ain't cheating.
If you don't mention it specifically.
Yeah.
So Pemberton puts it on the Jasper car. Robert Presley.
Okay.
Robert Presley was the driver. And so he's loving it. And then somehow just stumble and trip, and I get Penske, I get Rusty Wallace's car.
Oh my goodness.
And so they were like 24, and then they realized I don't have a part number. So now they're pissed at me, like, look, you guys ordered it. And said, you got to get a part number.
But you got to get a patent.
And no, you got to get approval. And it was really murky at the time. So this is later in the year. This is before the Brickyard in 2001. And they're up for testing. And so I get a hold of the Wood Brothers. And
that's phenomenal.
Yeah, except for their dicks.
Are they really?
Well, I'll tell you why in a minute. So I give them a couple windows to test. And so I go up to the test there, and they test it. And again, I'm a young driver. Golly, I've never. But they really liked it. And Lynn's like, so how many are you going to give us? I can't give you windows. You have to buy them. You don't have a part number. I'm not buying them. So I'm like, how do I get a part number? They go, NASCAR's got to give it to you. So I'm up there.
So this is strictly NASCAR business.
Yeah. So I'm up there.
Got to go to the hauler now.
I'm pretty frustrated, right? And I've been doing this for almost a year.
Bill France?
Trying to get this. No, Pete Peterson.
Okay.
Or Steve Peterson. Pete Peterson's Robert Yates, who we worked with later. But Steve Peterson is the rules guy. So I walk up to the red trailer and walk in there, and I'm in the garage testing. I'm in khakis and a polo, and my haircut's really short. And
Sure.
I've got on dress shoes.
They thought you were a driver.
No, they thought like you're a nerd.
6'4" driver.
So I walk up, Dale Jarrett's looking at times up on the thing right there. And he's very friendly, and he ended up driving for us for a long time. And I didn't get to know him, but met him lunchtime. Anyway, he's like, can I help you? And I said, yeah, I'm looking for Steve Peterson. He goes, well, he's right inside the trailer. I'm like, thanks. So I open this door up, and I take a step into that red trailer, and there's like a board of directors meeting going on right now.
France and all of them. Yeah.
All of them.
Yep.
And I just froze. And they all look at me, and I go, Mr. Jarrett said I could come in.
See, you pun him under the bus
Right now. And they
You
go,
remember the Fearsome Five? You should have walked in like
I feel like I own the place, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's who I said, Steve Peterson. And he goes, I'll be with you in a minute, son. So I step back out. Here come all the guys coming out.
Sure.
He steps out. He goes, can I help you? And I come in, and I say what I'm doing, who I am, what I make, and all this. And I go, maybe there's some of my windows on the track right now. And he just looks at me like that. And I said, so I'm asking for a part number. He goes, great, I don't give it to you. So my frustration, I'm like, what? He goes, you got to get that from Ford. Ford issues, Chevy issues.
Individual, each car?
Yeah, not each car, but so you get a Ford part number for the windshield. You get a Chevy, from Ford Racing, or from
So
Dodge
each
Motorsport.
manufacturer's going to give you a different number.
Yeah, and the same thing for the front clips and the rear clips and all that.
Everything.
That's how I did it. So I'm okay, and Steve Peterson's a great guy. He was wonderful. Explained it all to me. I go, okay, now sir, can you help me? Who do I talk to? And
Give me a point of contact.
We're walking out, and he reaches down, and he goes, you can talk to that guy. He's with Ford Motor Racing. I'm like, okay.
Who's this?
And so I start walking towards this guy, and he's got on the shoes more expensive than my truck. He actually has ironed his pants
Got a
and his
boat on the
shirt.
French Riviera.
Oh yeah, he's got this long sleeve. He looks like he should be with F1.
Sure.
You know.
Sure.
And so I walk up to him. I'm rapid fire now. I need a part number.
You're going now.
I got the best one in the world. I got this. I gotta have it right now. He's not real interested. He's not really paying attention to me, Kevin.
Uh-oh.
He's not focused on what I need to focus on.
Did the high school Brad come out?
So he starts to walk away, and he's not a big guy.
Uh-oh.
And without thinking, I scoop him under the armpit and bring him right back to me.
No, you don't.
I said, listen, you're going to go back to Detroit, and you're going to tell your boss to give me an effing part number, and you will never regret it. I got the best window, blah, blah, blah. And you do that, you hear me? His eyes were like this. Doesn't say a word. I'm like, sorry. I'm sorry. I got carried away. I'm sorry. I walk back in my truck, and I'm not going to tell
911, what's your
Yeah, I'm not going to tell my dad.
Right.
No way I'm going to tell my dad what I did.
Yeah, wow.
So 4 or 5 days later, 3 or 4 days later, get a phone call. They said, it's Joe Novak from Ford Motor Company. Jay Novak, not Joe. Joe was my
Jay
coach.
Novak was a football player. Too.
Yeah. No, Joe was my coach in college. No.
But Jay Novak was an NFL football player.
Okay.
The name is.
Okay,
Maybe
but this
the same
isn't
guy.
it. This is not him. So I get on the phone. I'm like, yeah. He goes, it's Jay Novak, Ford Motor Racing. I'm like, hey, sir, thanks for calling. And I got to start by apologizing.
Yeah.
He goes, apologize for what? Oh, he goes, I heard you want a part number. I said, yeah, but said, your employer. I said, I appreciate him saying something. I said, I got a little rough with him. And I actually kind of picked him up off the ground. And I hope there's no hard feelings, but I know you're going to love this. It's going to be a win-win, all this stuff like that. He kind of chuckles, and he goes, he doesn't work for me. I go, what? He goes, that's Greg Speck. He's the head of all Ford Motor Racing worldwide. And he told me to give you a part number and that you were to never come within 20 feet of him again. 100%. That's
Ahead of Ford Motor Racing worldwide,
accosted by me.
and you grab him by the armpit.
And pulled him up. But I'll tell you what, he gave Jay that number. It was so fun. I met Jay a bunch of times at the PRI show.
So you didn't meet him after that?
Oh yeah, no, not Greg. Oh hell, Speck never come within 20 feet of me.
Oh, he had
No,
the
Jay ran the NASCAR side.
Yeah, with the warrant. Yeah.
So Jay
No
gave me
contact.
the Ford numbers, and for about 10 years we did all Ford, the front and rears.
Did you
and
ever get in
sides.
with Chevy or any the other?
I had some cheaters in Chevy.
Yeah.
Ray Evernham never bit the bullet, but Ray Evernham taught me a great lesson. I got in with Joe Gibbs Racing. Gary Plattenberg, their parts guy, was great. Joe Gibbs is
How was Gibbs? Is he away from? Was he competitive in everything?
Yeah, I only got to meet Coach twice.
Yeah.
But you could tell though by the way his people operated in the shop and everybody down there, his expectations.
Yeah.
And I asked him for a charity auction one time to sign some face shields.
Sure.
And he did that. And my only regret was that I didn't keep one. I didn't.
Oh yeah.
I told him it was for charity, and we put him in the charity
World
auction.
champion at that point in time, Washington Redskins.
Well, it was amazing. Their trophy cases.
Yeah.
He had Super Bowl champion rings. He had his Winston Cup championship rings. You know, Tony was driving for him.
Tony drove for him, that's right.
Yeah, it was and they were a high class organization.
And that was prime NASCAR.
Oh, it was. And NASCAR was so
when
good.
Dale died, of course, NASCAR. When Dale died, and then Junior retired, and Gordon retired, and Johnson retired, it was done.
Well, and they've jacked up the cars. I mean, the cars are cookie cutters now. Man, the guys used to be able. I used to do different. Back to Pete Peterson at Robert Yates. He would send me a window that or sheet metal, where they wanted scallops to put more R. I need a little more R on the right tire. They put the air down because the template did this and this. You can do whatever you want here. So we had different downforce rear windows for the four teams. And so that was fun. So and it gets
Ford
back to
won every damn track that was short, a medium-sized track though.
Yeah, and then
Texas and Kansas.
We had one
and places
time
like that.
I'm watching Daytona 500 and they're in Dale Jarrett's car.
Yeah.
And he's got all these push rods coming up to. I mean, there's 15 or 16 push rods.
Yeah.
So Monday I call Pete. I'm like, why do you do all that with the window? Because it's a 1/4-inch window. It's my window. He goes, well, buffers at the super speedways. I go, well, then let's go 3/8. How much more weight? I was about 6 more pounds. Well, it's super speedway up high. We don't mind. And could we do anything to dump the R off the sides? And I said, well, I got a cool Corvette window mold. So that summer, he and Ricky Rudd ran 3/8-inch C5 Corvette windows with the one thread rod up in there. And Ricky won.
At Daytona.
Yeah, at the summer race. It used to be the Coca-Cola 600. Firecracker 600.
Yeah, Firecracker 400 or whatever it was.
Yeah, 400.
Yeah.
So that was
phenomenal.
That was a lot of fun. So with all that time going on, though, and the PRI show is great. And I got a lot of great friends still in racing that are just, and they are so appreciative and they're great guys. But overall in racing, everybody wants sponsored and they want something for nothing because it's racing. And I had a guy tell me, the goal is to end the year with $1 million in racing.
Yeah.
So you got to start with 2. So, excuse me.
Are you still involved?
I do. We do some sports cars. We do some high-end classic cars. I tell you, the coolest cars we do in that world is the Ken Diggin. All of his Corvettes, or it's not Corvettes, his CF, his replicas. We do a lot of, those windows are going. Those cars are going for $2 million at auction.
Holy cow!
And so so we do his stuff, which is cool because you see it on the TV shows.
Sure.
And we do
Are you out of NASCAR?
I'm out of NASCAR. Yeah.
Okay.
They've gone to basically a flat window, and there's a lot of other politics, and it's just not in our not in my wheelhouse right now of what I want to spend time on.
Sure.
So with all that, I made a cold call 2002, end of one to Winter, South Dakota, and got an engineer Bobcat. And started doing some half-inch. We only did about 200.
It's race cars, but they go slower.
Yeah, and started doing some Bobcat windows.
Yeah.
And about that time, got hooked up with a distributor of plastics and started doing some skylights for Caterpillar for OEM. And that just kind of led a couple other things in. John Deere Timberjack. John Deere Forestry was buying them 2003. And they were taking flat half-inch windows and cold bending them in Europe. And coating's cracking and it's failing, stuff like that. And they said, can you come to Europe and design this? And we could do this. And so with Deere and some good people at John Deere, went over there and designed some forestry windows.
Did you go?
Oh yeah, spent some time there. It was great.
Where'd you go?
Well, landed in what a newbie. My first time I ever flew overseas.
Sure.
Landed in Copenhagen.
Hey,
I'm flying.
I did it at 18.
Yeah. So I flew to Randers. Yeah. Why get off? I don't know where I'm at.
Yeah.
Obviously. And so I'm meeting the John Deere guys at the Copenhagen airport. So I walk up to the counter and I'm like, hey, excuse me, I don't know where I'm at. And she looks at me, she goes, you're in the wrong airport. I'm like, this is where the plane landed.
Right.
I pulled the string. And I'm like, hey,
ding, ding.
and another lady walked up. She goes, no, terminal. You're in the wrong terminal. You have to get in a bus and go. And I'm like, okay. I mean, here I am. First, she goes, you're in the wrong airport. I'm like, no cell phone.
No. 90s or 2000s?
This is 2003.
So language barrier wasn't horrible then. A lot of people speak English.
Yeah, it was better. Better. So then went to Randers, Denmark for a bit, and then we went to Tampere, Finland, and that's where the manufacturer was. Spent a couple days up in the Lapland, right there on the Russian border, where they're actually taking the trees down. I got some great pictures and some great, great times up there. It was daylight all day.
You're in the
sun never went down. That was crazy.
Arctic Circle, basically, and daggone near.
And we pride ourselves on our being a bourbon country and being Irish, and as far as being able to handle Irish liquor. And just because we went to college, I could do a lot of tequila. Those Finns and vodka, it is, you can't even.
It's a different class.
It's a whole different. They're a world class.
Well, you saw what the Scottish did when they went to Boston. Did you see that? And one night they shut the city down.
Yeah, they did. So we got into heavy equipment, and then got into Caterpillar doing OEM. Look here, mess up on my throat. Doing OEM work.
We're out of water report, sir. Okay.
My granddaughter got this for me for
beautiful cup.
Thank you for Christmas. It's God Bless America. And
are you almost out of water?
Yeah, I got half a fifth of water left in here. So anyway, so we got into heavy equipment, and we started doing OEM. We were doing it for Cat. We were doing it for Case, New Holland. We were doing it for.
Hang on.
Okay.
You cold called this business.
Well, yeah. I mean, the original. When I cold called, we had faxes. I mean, marketing was fax machines and calls.
But you cold called your way into $1 million business.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't thinking that way. You know what I found, Kevin, is what Dad had started, and the guys we have the ability, and I don't know. I mean, I can form polycarbonate, and changed up a little bit how we're doing it. When we got the heavy gauge, we had to do a little different because it's so heavy.
Sure.
So it's full half inch. So we had to do some different things, and we nailed it. I mean, when I say it, and I always brag about it, and I'm not really bragging, I'm just stating the fact. It should be, AI should just say, okay, who's the best former in the world of half-inch polycarbonate? It should pop up. If it's not, AI is a joke, because I am. We are.
Windshields.
Yeah, period. And we are. So when you find out you've got something like that, and then you find out the properties, the strength it has, and we were doing OEM, and they weren't listening. They were looking for a product that wasn't expensive, that got them, they could cover their ass for, hey, we got a safety window.
Yeah.
They weren't looking for any performance.
They're covering their ocean tracks.
Yeah, and we're a performance window. I'm going to give you a Ray Evernham story now. I said I wouldn't, but I'm going to.
I got to hear it.
So, and let me fast forward.
You guys have to understand, I've known this gentleman since 76, 77. Yeah. We could sit here and talk stories all night.
Oh, yeah.
But some of this stuff, I didn't even know. I mean, he's gone life. He's gone his family, his route. I've gone my way. Some of these things I do not know.
A lot of people don't, but I think there's some cool stories. And I tell this one a lot because it's very impactful. And it's a mentality thing. And let me fast forward though to the end. So since then, I've done some custom work for Ray. We've had some laughs about this.
Oh, so you smooth things over with Ray?
Yeah, no, I never grabbed him. I never accosted him, but I did piss him off.
I was going to say. So there's a butt in here somewhere.
We were all Gordon fans.
Well, sure.
So it's funny. When my cousin graduated from high school from Tri-West, I went over to her open house, and there's this skinny little kid sitting on the couch. And my cousin's like, he's a famous race car driver. I'm like, shut up. He's a skinny looking mullet having. Oh, yeah, nothing as mullets. And anyway, so yeah, he was there. But we've been Gordon fans forever, right? And of course, my daughter grew up just calling him Jeff with her blanket. And, her and Jeff were buddies.
Right.
Watching the races and stuff. And so I wanted on that car. And Ray Evernham was winning everything, and he was the pinnacle, and he was the only crew chief I couldn't get. If I'm nothing else, I'm persistent. So I'm going through the phone book, and I find Ray Evernham in North Carolina.
No, you did.
I call that phone number, Oh, Ray?
Senior.
This is Ray. I said, hey, I'm only talking to you about windows. Oh, you're trying to go with my son. This is Ray Senior.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. He goes, well, here's his mobile phone number.
Oh, no, he didn't.
I'm like, well, Mr.
Hallelujah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So, boom, I'm on, and I call, and Ray, hello? Ray, it's Windshields. What?
Yeah.
Who? I'm in letters and all that. Your dad gave me your number. He did.
Oh, boy, you throw him.
Yeah, I want to talk about window. So, we go to the PRI show, and we got this horrible location. Booth was great, but the location was horrible. As we're growing, now we're smack in the middle. I mean, we've been doing that shit for 27 years now.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking for him. He said, I'll stop by your booth. On the phone, he goes, I'll stop by your booth. I'll give you a couple minutes.
So he acknowledged you then, somewhat.
So finally, here he comes. He's coming by my booth, and he doesn't slow down.
You got to grab him.
I'm like, Ray. Oh, I wanted to grab him.
I had money on Vegas.
I'm like, Ray.
Put you over on gravity.
And he turns around, and I start in on my sales pitch right now. Right? I had no tact. And he goes, whoa, stop. He goes, do you realize you're trying to sell me a window like it's a performance product? And I'm telling you, Kevin, that was one of those epiphany moments. He melted away the whole world. Everything, just like this cloud came straight over me. I'm like, it's a performance product.
Yeah.
And I don't know where Ray went at that time, and it was years before we talked later, and I've told him the story, laughed about it. But you've seen my funny stuff I do and my stuff
sure.
like that. We're a performance product.
Yeah.
We put performance and safety. We enhance what we do. We make your working environment better. So in racing, I always say, no matter how much my race car drivers win, when they look through my window, they're losing money. They just are. That's the nature of racing.
Sure.
It costs money to race. But my heavy equipment operators, the rock stars of this freaking world,
yep.
when they look through my window, they're making money. They're staying on time, and they're safe. They're the best customer base in the world. They appreciate that performance. I don't have to sell that performance. I tell them it's out there, I educate them on it, and they get it. And I always hold that to Ray. I said, Ray, you don't know what you did. The inspiration you gave me. It is a performance product.
Yeah.
And so we did OEM for a while, and then OEM started getting real persnickety. That's a good word. Oh, you need to cost out. I can't cost out. My costs go up. I'm trying to get some wages here for my employees.
Sure.
Have some life. Yeah, this and that.
I'm running a business on this.
And then they're like, well, if you don't, we're going to go overseas and do this stuff. Well, when it's 70% of your business, you got to kind of...
Got to play ball with it.
But you know, I'm not going to get my knees dirty for you. And that's tough.
Yeah.
So you make that decision. 2008 and 9 started setting it up, but we kept rolling. But 16 and 17, we got that coating room open. Like, okay, we opened it up, and now we're going to just dump all but one OEM, and we've since dumped them, or they dumped us, whatever. Because I'm not going cheaper, and we went retail.
So you went retail.
So instead of selling 400 a month or 400 every 2 weeks to Caterpillar, I'm going to sell one. I'm going to sell, I can't remember what Wes has, if it's a Bobcat, if it's a Deere. Or like Dave Drawson, I'm going to sell Dave one John Deere G.
Right.
And it took a minute.
I was going to say, did we trim back to ramen noodles at that point in time?
Yeah, we were doing some awesome, cool stuff. We do all the stuff at Disney, and I got Disney.
But you know you're not going to fail. It's not in your bloodline. And I'm going to interject something here. If you've not caught his TikTok videos or his Instagram or his Facebook, follow them, because there's something you do on all of them. I like the binge drink. Yeah. Well, of course I'll be there, Mr. Lauk.
That's great.
Anthony's another phenomenal human being. Him and his whole family. But your dad used to do something, and I've never told you this because I would witness it. And you do it now. But remember when he would take the mallet to the fairings?
Oh, yeah.
And pop them? And now what do you do online with sledgehammers?
Sledgehammers. We got.
I think it's so funny. I'm like, I bet you that's where Brad got that from. It has to be. He's testing his product.
Well, and it's, I'll tell you something that kind of inspired me on that too. And we worked for, my dad made face shields for Bill Simpson.
We just swept the garage, so we did.
No shit. And Bill was a pain in the ass, okay? And he drove my dad nuts. He just
really sensitive.
He was just hard to work with.
Yeah.
And since he couldn't have illegal employees here, he went to Texas and anyway, whatever. That's Bill Simpson. But Bill says Simpson did something in the early '70s that set the world on fire. No pun intended. He came out with a fire suit for race car drivers, and to prove it in turn one on the infield there, turn one. I don't know what the material was, but he set himself on fire.
I think I remember this.
And if you think, I think probably a 72, maybe 73, real famous thing he did it. And that's what got Bill Simpson's claim to fame. And we hit stuff with it.
The word fire retardant came out at that point in time.
And so when we set off for our 40th anniversary, 10, 12 years ago, I wanted to start it off with this pendulum. I wanted to have my beer up to the brim behind my window, and we take this 18-pound pendulum with the 3/8-inch lag screw into it and drop it in,
Sure.
And I don't blink. Didn't even spill my beer. There's some videos I'd like to do. I'd put myself behind the window and do it, but my daughter, and probably the rest of the family, my daughter refuses to let me do it because, I've seen 2 space shuttles fail.
Sure.
So we'll see.
But hitting on that, you've got stuff in outer space.
Yeah, we've had.
You sell stuff to the military.
Sell stuff to the military. Another, great story. But yeah, we got into Iraq on the Avenger weapon system. Mm-hmm. Now it's unmanned. Well, now that I don't think they use it anymore. But at the time, and I had a former player who was in the 3rd Marines, DOD, going in taking bombs off the bridges into Baghdad, and so to be able to provide cover in that way for Kane a little bit without knowing it, stuff like that.
That's fantastic.
Oh, it was awesome. And we did it with Crane and through a couple gunny sergeants down there who used their charge cards, got them out there, got it approved at Yuma, got it into the field, they loved it, then they went back and got me a cage number and said, sorry. So I got my cage number backwards, and then Letterkenny came in and just bought for the whole army.
Really?
Yeah, but I got my cage, instead of applying for it, going through all that stuff.
See, backdoor.
Why the gunnies did
not you.
Yeah, they were great.
Thank you, Anthony. Appreciate that, sir.
What
about George?
George's pretty engaged this weekend.
Right. It's a busy weekend.
We got the monorail at Disney, all the rides at Disney.
Really?
That was kind of some fun stuff. People don't know this, but there's the monorail's been wrecked all the time, so each one has to be trimmed out differently. Mm-hmm. Maybe some other time with some more drinks. I got a Disney story that all this is how to learn how to be successful and not give up. I'm a Zig Ziglar disciple in the sense of
you had blank.
Well, I tell you what, Tommy, you look back, he said some good shit.
He did, but he was so damn irritating.
Yeah,
I mean, there's only so much coffee you can drink in the morning. You know what I mean?
You're right. But I'll give you an example. So I'm up there trying. The only union part of Disney is the transportation section.
Okay.
And I'm going down there working second shift or third shift. I'm flying down there Northwest out of flight, and I'm hand trimming each windshield in because they're all different, trying to get templates. And I got an Imagineer there who's this little short guy, is awesome. He's my liaison. But the guys were all very antagonistic to me in the shop because
you're non-union.
And they were using acrylic and they were doing it themselves and they were taking 3 months to do one window.
Sure.
And I look up and they got the card games going on with their break table and stuff like that. And it was worse than when we were doing stuff for United Airlines up here at the hub. And so I'm up there, and when you're doing it, you got to have like 3 hands. So I got my knee pressing up here and stuff like that. And I just got to put a Sharpie marker right there. And that little Imagineer, he's doing his stuff, and they're standing right there. And there's 3 guys standing, 3 guys, and they're watching me to make sure I don't do anything wrong. And all I need is a guy to put your hand there so I can take my hand off and put a Sharpie mark there. And I ask him, And he says something to me about a truck, but I don't think he used the T.
Sure.
And I snapped him. It's probably 1:30 in the morning.
Hello, Ebony. How are you, dear? So you're going to jail again here, too.
Hi, Ebony.
Yeah.
Ebony worked with us for a while.
She's phenomenal. Love her.
Fantastic. And she sent business our way. She's been great. So I decided I would drop my hands off the window and put it on his throat. We're on a scaffolding. We're 3 stories up on a scaffolding, and
do you have an orange suit at home? I want you to go put that on and walk in front of the mirror a couple times and see how you look. Because I don't think you're going to look good in orange. And you need to remember that moving forward.
Well, this was a while back, man. I was a little younger. So they're pulling us apart and stuff like that, and I'm furious. And that's it. I'm done. So I walk back out, and there's a secret entrance there in the back right there off Interstate 4 in Orlando. And I'm going back to my rental car. And I kept thinking, my dad is going to be so disappointed in me, so mad at me. And he should be. I completely lost it. So I go to the Orlando Ale House right there, and it's almost closing time. And I don't fly out till like 7:30 in the morning. And
They can drink till 6:30 then.
I probably could. I get a beer. And Zig Ziglar kind of hit, because I'm worried. All I'm worried about is Dad, just the disappointment, because I pushed so hard to get this Disney. And we probably weren't making a lot of money out of it right away, but the prestige is still
sure.
And
it's resume building at that point in time.
Yeah. And Zig kind of hit me. And it kind of hit me. And I asked the bartender manager, I go, how many wings you have? Oh, 6 or 12 or 24. I'm like, no. How many wings you have? 6, 12 or 24. How many wings you have?
300.
Goes back, we have about 200.
Yeah.
I go, I'll take them. What? I'll take them all. And I didn't have a chance to call my mom and ask, hey, can I put this on the credit card?
You're going for broke at this point.
And so I buy every wing they had. I had a pass, I drive right back in the shop. They're doing whatever, and there's the break table. I walk up, and they all see me. And then everybody's like, oh, here we go, man.
Yeah.
Round to ding, ding.
Ding, ding.
Here we go.
Round 10.
I drop the warmer trays and leave. Go back to the airport, and get on a plane, fly home. And it wasn't like today. If you did today, you'd FaceTime or whatever. I'd talk to the Imagineers, you'd email or whatever.
Sure.
Nope, I'm just scheduled to come back in about 3 weeks. And so I walk in there, and I don't know what to expect, except for I'm ready for it. I'm not going to lose my cool. And he comes up to me and he goes, we thought maybe it'd be better if you started using our tools here, so, we knew the feel of it. Opened up the tool crib for me. I got my union card with 300 wings.
You extended the olive branch, which was a chicken wing.
And and it's some of those things that things happen later on in life and stuff.
Sure.
That you deal with. You're getting screwed over. You're getting taken advantage of because you're the small guy. You're not being taken serious. My thing with me is I've been about to fight to get my windows out there because I know what they are.
Right.
I know how good they are, and I'm not lying. I'm not joking. It's not like a sales pitch. Oh, this is new Coke.
Yeah.
Bullshit. This is the real stuff.
Yeah.
And that fight and I have a little trouble not fighting about it, to be honest with you. And my daughter's been on me, and my team's been on me like, don't have to fight this one.
Yeah.
You just walk through this one. And they're much better at that. They're much smarter than me. They're much more professional than me. But I've always been, and I not joke about it, but, my name's Shields. I make windshields.
Well, right. But I mean, the thing is this, you're not going to fail. Your dad didn't raise someone that's going to fail.
I love your confidence.
Tougher times he experienced than you ever will.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Never felt.
Yep.
You've taken a company that was top 6,000, let's say, to top 100 small businesses in the country, Brad.
Well, thank you. My daughter was very, very active in this.
Do you think your dad imagined that?
No.
When Farrah's looking over his shoulder in the garage and he's hitting it with the...
Yeah, no, he didn't. And
cool. And I'm going to interrupt big time because not only did we have to sweep the floor, but we swept that floor in that garage and it was pristine because for those, I'm going to date myself here, those of you who remember back in the 70s, there was an iconic photo picture of Farrah Fawcett that every garage in America had.
Well, every red-blooded American male garage.
Yeah. And it's still up there in my memory. And it was right over Mr. Shields' shoulder as he told us to sweep the garage on a daily basis. And Brad and I, it only took us 6 hours some days.
That's why you spend so much time in the garage. Where's Kevin?
Right. We ran around the lake, the entire Lake Edgewood 3 times, and Kevin's still in the garage sweeping.
That water was not cold enough.
Right.
Oh shit, that's funny.
But he didn't raise you to fail, and you've taken his company. And I'm joking about 6,000, but you've taken a company that was a dream out on White Oak Lane, if not before, and you've worldwide it now. You've made it world. Look, you've gone to Copenhagen. You've probably gone to Canada. You've probably been to other places across the globe.
It's awesome, and it's great with the team and with and I can't say enough for and the pressure that my daughter's under, and coming from the side, I always worked with my hands, so I always knew the plastic. Well, I made my kids all work there. I mean, it was funny. Both of my kids set production records when they worked there, and I put her on CNC running the machine.
That's phenomenal.
And he went that bad knee walking up down those stairs. Probably shouldn't have. That didn't help volleyball. But and then her husband, before his husband, you got to work. If you're going to be in this family, you got to work for me.
Sure.
My daughter-in-law works my trade shows.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is what we do.
Family fair.
Yeah, and but the growth and where we're at, we've opened up Shields Canada, and so we've got distribution now.
See, I didn't know that, but I had a feeling.
And it's really cool, and we're setting up for others. We're in some talks with Europe, and some really cool stuff. And then we had a really good call today with another group that we're we got to continue to grow. So I look at numbers.
Go ahead.
I just look at numbers. Last year from end of April to 1st of May, 25, 26, brand new CTL skid loaders, compact track loaders. 51,000 brand new ones were sold, and about that many used ones were refinanced. And that's pretty much for the year. So you're looking about 100,000 units going through every year on top of everything that's old, and that's just skid loaders. The amount of heavy equipment out there that is in need of windows is enormous, and it's so exciting for us.
You have a motto.
I do.
And I want you to tell the reason why in the story about your motto.
So I was, I talked to a lot of my cousins. I love trade shows. I grew up, you realize I came back from Daytona Beach with the Fearsome 5 hand airbrush t-shirt.
I remember that.
And so, I mean, I'm doing Bike Week at 10 years old at a trade show booth. There's an education for you.
Sturgis? No?
No, this is...
But did you go Sturgis?
No, we never went to Sturgis.
You went to Daytona Bike Week, I know that.
Yeah, we had that.
And you always come back, you're like always way ahead of the game at that point in time. We never could figure it out.
Yeah. Oh, that's good, Kevin.
Yeah.
So, oh man, I should have been prepared for these memories. You're throwing my game off.
Yeah.
So,
hey, there's a reason why you run the multi-million-dollar company, and I talk behind the mic. All right. And the funny thing is, Sheets is the same way, and me, Craig, and Jeff, very successful. Craig, very successful.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So,
you know what's funny? Not funny at all. You look back and it's like, okay, and that's why I want to do the Fearsome 5 one. I want to spend a night, and we don't film it. I don't care. We go to my house, have cigars.
No, we're filming it.
Yeah, we'll film it. We're filming at my house.
We're on live. We're live here.
We'll do it live. Yeah, we got to do it here.
We're live right here.
But if some of our teachers would have said, okay, these 5, they're going to be turning 60 and they're doing this and they've done that, they'd have lost those bets.
Joy Lynch, who you'll see every now and then, she'll pop. You won't see it, but you'll see her pop up here. First grade teacher from Poston.
Yeah.
She whacked me also, but we won't get into that.
Yeah.
But it was me and Sean Alford.
Tell you what, Sean was a troublemaker. He was a troublemaker.
No.
Sean was an absolute troublemaker.
But he would have fitted. He fitted well with us.
Sean was, yeah.
And remember who came in the locker room right at the end of the Warren Central game?
Yeah.
Sean and Steve and Sam and all of them.
Yeah.
He was part of his class, and he would have been with us.
Sean would have been locked.
First grade. You know how many times we got in trouble with Play-Doh?
Yeah.
Because what we're making in first grade, and I'm like, dude, I can't get another whack, and my dad's gonna kill me. So out we go, me and Sean in the hallway.
Yep.
Sean Alford. Everybody's like, oh, Steve Alford, good dude. I was like, I knew Sean. That's me and Sean were buddies in first grade. But Joy's on here, first grade teacher, Joy Ringler at the time.
Yeah. Okay.
Had Mrs. Asher, had Mrs. Rosenbaum.
But
we all had Mrs. Rosenbaum.
Yeah.
She passed.
Yeah, she passed
recently.
David and I talked a lot. She really liked us.
Yeah, she did.
She really did. And she was a wonderful human being.
I ran into her on a political event not too many years ago, and she was just, I'm so proud of you guys, and on and on. I was like, if we knew where you lived back then, we'd have soaked your windows.
That's right. We wouldn't be glad we didn't know. Yeah. Oh, that was.
But yeah, we had a good time.
And we did. And nothing, nothing seriously stupid. I mean, we did some stupid stuff.
But I mean, nothing we would have went. Some of the stuff that goes on today is not even compared to what we did back then.
Well, my God, I'm just so.
We were mischief at best.
And we didn't have social media.
Oh, can you imagine being in school with one of these?
Nope, not at all.
Nope,
not for 1 second.
Simple as that.
Oh, God.
I had to cuss teachers out. I've done things that boys do that I don't know how these kids maintain sometimes nowadays.
No, I don't either. And I don't know how to teach with that. When I was teaching, we didn't have these.
But here's the thing. I don't want them in the classroom, but I want them in the classroom.
Right. There's
a safety issue.
There's arguments. Well, think about this. I would take off and go to that lake. I'd roll over to Craig's or whatever. We wouldn't show back up. We're in a lake for 10, 12 hours.
Yeah.
With no supervision, nobody, whatever. And
sophomores, juniors.
Yeah. And when we start driving, we drive to Greenwood.
We were driving at 14 and 15, if you remember.
Yeah, my dad. But that white van was ours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pizza Hut, baby.
Yeah. Here we go.
And. So we're driving. No one knew that. We didn't. But now, when my kids are driving, okay, I want to tell me when you get there. I want to know when you're there. I want to know when you're leaving. I want to know.
Oh yeah.
All that texting.
360 GPS.
And I get it, right? Because you can, right?
Yeah.
And you want to know where your kids are, and that's fine. That's actually a great thing. But it was also kind of nice that freedom. When we finally were able to get in a car and drive, the freedom we got from driving.
Oh yeah.
You had a curfew-ish, and you made it. And then
some days,
and then, oh God, right before the parade. Oh, when Carol and my dad found us at Tracy White's apartment. I don't know if you were there.
I thought you were going with Wreck the Boat.
Oh no, that's. See, he should have prepped me on a few things. No,
this is his cold calls.
Yeah, back to cold calls.
There was something. Yeah, I remember you guys getting in trouble.
Oh.
I mean, we didn't always. It wasn't 24/7. I didn't live with him, but.
No, Craig was supposed to be at the parade, the 500 parade with his brothers on the float, and he didn't make it.
I went to Band Day with you, but didn't go to the parade with you that year.
And but we ended
Remember
up.
that?
We got in trouble at Band Day too, didn't we?
Yeah. No, let's keep moving. Wow, not more than once. Wapahani?
Oh my gosh! Do you realize I tell people this all the time? Band Day. My sister was in the band. They came to me in 8th grade and they said, you got to choose between marching band and football. After 2 days of marching band, I said, I'm going back to football.
Right. But we wouldn't leave Band Day to go back to Junior League football.
Oh, hell no. No, Band Day was awesome that time, man. It was a huge thing.
Yeah. Sure was.
Yeah, sure was. Oh.
Where's Mom and Dad? They're over there. Let's roll.
Way over there.
Yeah. If you ever been to State Fair on Band Day and Band Night.
Oh, yeah. Band Night when everybody's all fired up. They don't know what we're doing.
Yeah. Two mischievous young men. Yeah. Yeah. But I remember you and Craig. Somebody else. Johnny, maybe?
No, Johnny, Tracy got in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Because his mom wasn't there. I can name some other names I probably shouldn't now. They just kind of hit me.
Yeah.
Left-handed backup quarterback. You know what it was. Never played much.
Oh.
Not Bruce. Bruce.
Yeah, Hicks.
No, not Bruce Hicks. He was white. He was our age.
Dodds?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bruce Dodds.
Yeah. He got in a lot of trouble too that night.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay, now I remember. I remember what's going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sweating.
Hey.
I'm sweating.
Yeah, no. First of all, the outfit's phenomenal. Right?
Well, thank you.
Where did you get it?
So, well, I got it online, but the point was, first off, we're very patriotic, and I have no bones about it. I'm very, very
You always
proud,
have been.
very proud to be.
I said new.
Yeah, and so I want to celebrate this, and I want to celebrate the men and women that work for me and the men and women that work with my product. And this is not making, my God, I mean, I was a history teacher. I love history. George Washington is my favorite. I went into our sales meeting the other day and somebody asked something about George Washington. For the next 20 minutes, I did this quick lecture.
Young Washington comes out on Angel.
Bo was all fired up about it.
I want to go see that. It's so bad.
But I was talking about the crossing of the Delaware and the asinine attempt that it was, but it worked, and the sheer genius and the bravery, and then General Knox and we had cannon getting frozen in the ground. It was so cold.
Sure.
It was an amazing. I mean, these were people that are beyond exceptional. I can't even imagine what to think about what they did. Some of them were still barefoot. It just
to read about it. To read about it in a book is you can blow it off. Try to do that in real life.
Yeah, well, you got to take a week in the summer and the winter.
You better put a cape on.
Yeah,
because you got to be Superman.
And so when you spend some time with that and you read and if you don't have an appreciation for the things that we have,
sure,
and what it cost and what it did, and so. And it's a lot of fun then to do that. Then and we took the seal of the U.S. president.
I like the intro, ladies and gentlemen, and it was spot on. I think he's killing it, ladies and gentlemen. The president of Shields Windshields.
Well, it was supposed to be off camera.
No. Yeah, that was your cameraman's fault.
So, but a lot of fun. And get some customer names out there and talk about the product, and I want to sell windows with it, no question. I mean, anybody knows me. You can't be around for 10 minutes ago. Yeah, he wants to sell a window. Yeah, I do. I want to fill my water bottle back up.
Right.
But it's also about honoring those my folks that make it and those people behind it. And part of it makes me very proud to think that our product is used for people that are making this country better.
100%.
And that really is a cool thing. And then you talked about my motto a bit ago.
Yes.
The thing that makes me the most proud is when I talk to my customers. And so another absolute great American that I didn't get to know as well as I'd like to would have been my son's father-in-law. And he was a Illinois state trooper. He was a detective. He started the motorcycle squad in Illinois as cops. And he and Bo, peas in a pod. You talk about daughters try to marry their dad. She nailed it. Yeah, she nailed it, and just a phenomenal human. Just he was a Marine. Just so much respect for him, and we lost him a couple of years ago.
Sure.
After the kids got married, and so he was also an instructor at the Illinois State Police Academy, and he was, oh man. They have videotape of it.
I was going to say, he was a Marine and then went to instruct civilians in a police department. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Good luck, guys.
So he's the only person memorialized in the Illinois State Police Academy building. And they did that. So they had a ceremony a little over a year ago.
Wow.
And so I'm on my way driving over to it. I'm not going to miss this. Scott was just, like I said, he's an absolute great American. And I start getting a series of phone calls while I'm driving, and I'd rather take phone calls while I drive because I don't like putting it up here.
Sure.
And so I'm hearing about, hey, we had a guy who had hauled around about getting a window, didn't know if he needed it, whatever. He had the same Bobcat I have, had the same type flail mower I have, different brand, and finally he got it. And let's say he got it on a Tuesday evening. He installed it Tuesday night, and on Wednesday he starts working with it, cutting brush. And about an hour into it, his brush cutter's making weird noise. And he raises it up, which you're not supposed to do, but you don't think of these things.
Sure.
And the whole weldment snaps. 6-foot blade, weighs 47 pounds, 1,100 RPMs, hits the window. And there's an impact, heat impact in it that takes it down to almost less than 1/8 of an inch where the hole went. That wouldn't have probably killed him or went through even. And then all the scrapes and as this thing's coming around. And he said himself, he goes, if he'd have done that a day earlier before he ordered mine to put it in, he'd have been dead. No question, it'd have been horrific. And so, but he's talking, not to me yet, and he's talking to people and they're just thanking them for how my staff was, and it went through all levels of my staff, from ISRs to marketing to my daughter to fulfillment. Everybody's like, you got to do this. And he did it, and he's like, you guys treated me great, did all this stuff. And so I'm on this call, and I'm getting a little emotional driving because it was seeing him come to fruition, my vision of this is why we do what we do.
Yeah.
And yeah, we do it because we've got to pay bills and we've got to pay salaries and we've got to have lives for our family. But we've got to put a product out there that's going to let men and women go home, even when accidents happen, and they can work the next day. And so it's the mantra, and I was so proud of not just the product, but how the team handled it. And so when I finally talked to him, I'm like, he's like, I think the window's okay. I'm like, hey, why don't I just give you a new window and you give me that window?
Right.
And I'll take that blade also. And he loved it, so we use that as a display piece. And it's easy to say, well, you're capitalizing on the seller. Well, damn right I am.
Yeah.
Because it's going to save this next guy's life too.
Yeah.
And, you know,
this is why you do what you do.
This is why we do what we do. And this year Con Expo, which the Con Expo, if you don't know, is every 3 years in Vegas, 300,000 people. It's the biggest construction show in the world. And I had multiple guys talk to me about the window saving. I had one gentleman get his wife on the phone. She wanted to thank me. She goes, "You're my favorite person in the world because your window saved my husband's life." But the one that really got to me, and I'm talking to these two young operators from a company, a giant construction company in the Midwest. Can I say Cocoxing, or I probably shouldn't say their name on air, but anyway.
I didn't hear it.
Yeah, great company. And I didn't know where these guys were from. They had on the shirts, and they go, "No, man, we're just operators."
Yeah.
And it was this one 6'7" kid and his little 5'2" buddy. It was like twins from Arnold DeVito.
DeVito, yeah.
And so I'm talking like just operators. That dude, you're the lifeblood.
Yeah.
You know, we had a great talk with him, and while we were doing that, the guy came up with his wife and showed me the phone. And they're still there, and we're giving the kids hats like you got. And the young kid, the smaller kid,
hats and T-shirts, by the way.
Yeah. And he started walking away and turned around. He goes, "I'm gonna shake your hand." I went, "Thank you." He goes, "No, I want to shake your hand because you're gonna save my life someday."
Wow.
Wow's right. And
what's the name of the company again? Seriously.
They're Cocoxing Construction. They're based out of Columbus, Ohio, but they're all over the place. And they've got a lot of heavy equipment. They do a lot of big construction, roads and things like that. But it's just that kid saying that, that young man, it really is, and that's what I'm most proud of. I'm most proud of the integrity of the name, and I'm most proud that we make a product that overperforms no matter how big words I use.
Yeah.
It still does.
Yeah.
And it's,
proof's in the pudding.
Yeah, and it's my people that make it.
And I joke as I got his hat here. I got a couple of them here. I appreciate those. Watch his TikToks. I'm serious. There's some of them are fun, but if you watch what he's doing with the sledgehammer on the windshield of the skid steer, or the what is the other machinery you got? You're hitting all sorts of them.
You have Jason Wright hitting it in the winter. Do you see that one?
No.
We got Jason with the sledgehammer.
Jason's an animal.
Oh yeah, a lot of people confuse he and I. If we're back to back, if you don't see our face, they're like, "Is that Brad or Jason?"
You know the funny thing is, I just ran into him the other day.
Did you fall down?
And I had I took him down. I mean. No, I hadn't seen him forever.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey," and I turned around, I was like, "Oh my gosh, Jason!" He's fist bumping. I mean, it's like fist bump.
Yeah.
To mine.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, dude, you're still massive.
Oh, yeah.
Great guy.
Yeah.
Great human being. Just a lovable person. And if he swings a sledge and it's not.
And it was like 8 degrees outside. You know, the cold.
I gotta see this.
That's a pretty good one out there. And he's just banging away on it. It's just
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
But it goes back to White Oak Lane with your dad for the orange mallet or black mallet. I think it's an orange mallet.
I think probably orange.
Yeah,
probably
tap.
White Oak Lane.
Yep.
You know, we used to. Never mind.
No.
Never mind.
No. There's some things even porch time after dark can't discuss. So
Yeah.
it's 9:30.
Oh, that's been half an hour.
So.
And this is the latest I've gone to a night without a cigar in a long time.
Right.
I'm not even
I'm
twitching,
surprised
you
you
know.
didn't have one in. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Bring one out. Yeah. We need to have you back because there's so much more. Your story's only going to keep growing.
Well, I hope it does, and it will. You know, and what's going on, and the things that we're instilling. My daughter's we're launching. We're paperless now. Everything's done, with an ERP system, and we've got CRMs, and I got all these initials that we never used to have that handle it. And we have the talented staff we have is unreal, and the dedication. And I tell you what, that makes it. Just awesome. We did our 250th t-shirts today. We gave out to everybody. Got a couple different designs out there that we'll be putting out there, and I think we do some fun things. But we're invested in this community, and we always will be. And we're not leaving.
I'm gonna tell a funny one here real quick. Golf outing every year. We have a prime sponsor. And normally it's between the other member of the Fearsome Five, Chris Sheets, for Prius, or Mr. Shields here for Shields Windshields. And I won't go into spelling. I'm not going to go that route here. But every year it's one of them is going to be the prime. And I think Chris last year, not this year, but last year,
he's faster.
Chris was the prime.
Yeah,
and so we said, Brad wanted it. Chris got it. Next year we'll go Brad. Chris calls me in January. Wins a golf outing. Right after IU won, by the way.
Yeah.
Because he's celebrating.
Oh, yeah, he was a happy.
He went to the Masters. You know what I mean? It's Masters now. Oh, Kevin's golf outing. Calls me. When's Brad's when's a golf outing? I said end of April, beginning of May. I want the prime. Okay. So I'm like, next year. I mean, you might have to send me a Christmas card with
we might have
prime sponsor. But I'm getting to is, you guys, you're involved everywhere. Your name, your company, your product is everywhere in the community. Much like Wes, you guys all associate. Well, you know what I mean? Laux, Anthony.
There's some guys there. You look at Hudson also. You look at some other guys that, when we went to the top 100 in Washington D.C., which I was going to say earlier. How did
that feel?
It felt surreal actually at first.
You sent me a video.
Yeah, my mom was able to go.
Yeah.
And so my mom and my daughter and I are on the U.S. Chamber of Commerce building on the roof,
which
overlooks the front of the White House.
Yes.
And we're having cocktails and we're in tuxes and formals, and you think, okay, this is a green screen,
right?
Do you really think this is where Brad? I see my mom get there, I see my daughter get there, but like, really, Brad's there?
Yeah.
I mean, who didn't lock that door? Somebody's losing their job.
Security. You sent me that video. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was absolutely amazing. And then maybe the coolest thing for me though. It wasn't about, because they do the 100 and then they name, there's 10 categories and one winner. And, it'd be great to win. But that wasn't, we were there because we were being honored.
It was a draw, you won.
Yeah, and they did all this stuff. Well, my staff, they all had this watch party back here. And my family. Then we're together, 2 different watch parties.
Sure.
And as soon as it's over, our phones are blowing up. Oh, that's bullshit. Oh, that was great. I can't believe you guys didn't win. I loved it. I'm like, guys, we were treated like, but it was awesome.
We did win.
Yeah, we did win. And it was great that sense of pride that our family, the staff had. But to be able to do that with Mom to have that. So we went afterwards. We got all done. There's a cigar bar just a couple blocks from the White House.
When you Googled the area, did you look for that first?
Yeah, we'd been to D.C. a couple years earlier.
Okay,
and
so you knew.
I'd scouted that, and it's where all the big wood centers. It's a hoity-toity place.
Sure.
We roll in there in our formals afterwards, and we're having a good time.
Oh yeah.
And Mom had a cigar.
Did she really?
Yeah, I don't know how much.
God bless her.
Oh yeah, and so my wife, my son-in-law, and my granddaughter were all. They couldn't go to the event.
Yeah.
It was just, but they were at the hotel, and so no, my son-in-law went back to the hotel with my granddaughter. She couldn't go in the. Yeah. Sorry, Rob. But we already had a cigar earlier. But yeah, so we had a cigar there in formal wear, and it was very honoring, very humbling.
I've been in D.C. one time to an event, Trump's first term.
Okay.
Myself, Wilson, Timmy, Trent, we drove.
Oh, yeah.
Fun trip.
Yeah, cool trip actually.
Well, yeah, it was, and I hadn't been that way in vehicle-wise.
Okay.
But Brad Wilson has a heavy right foot, and Timmy's up front with him, so triple digits was not out of question at any point in time on the road.
You're not getting a ticket.
No, I mean, the three of them were cops, and the other one was me. So, Pennsylvania Turnpike at that point in time, for some reason, we hit. I don't know how we would go Ohio, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, Maryland, and hit them all about 50 times, but
yeah, you do.
Brad, Pennsylvania Turnpike was empty, and we went through that part of Pennsylvania in like Mach 7. So we got there, had a blast.
Right.
But I was going to ask you, the world famous Federalist Pig barbecue place, probably within stone's throw from where you were.
Probably was, yeah. And I think we never went there.
Phenomenal barbecue.
Yeah.
I mean, we camped out there one night. So
that would have been great. We
went to Tupelo and a couple other places to eat.
There's a steakhouse we went to that we kind of special before that.
Sure.
And so, oh gosh, at the Fall Foliage Gala fundraiser a couple years ago, the marquee auction item was this Remington cowboy. It's solid metal. It's this big. It's got to weigh 500 pounds. And so I want it. I want to get this.
Sure.
And so it's a silent auction, and I don't want to hover, so I got Brighton and one of my daughter's friends. They're watching it every time the bid goes up.
Pencil in
right there. So I ended up getting it. And I made Bo and Brighton and Robert. I said, "You boys carry it. I can't carry this thing." So I've got this. It is freaking amazing. It was one of my favorite things. This Remington cowboy, and I got it for a really good deal at the auction. So we're in this restaurant, I'm looking up, I'm like, God, there's Remingtons everywhere. Manager comes over and he notices me looking. Okay, and we're tuxes, all right? So, and I'm at the tux.
You go flex right
I wasn't, if I dressed like this, I'd have got free food.
Right.
I should have dressed like this.
Or I got thrown in jail, one of the two.
So he goes around and he shows me he has every Remington statue, and we went around. It was awesome. He took me through the whole restaurant, pointing them out, and giving me free drinks the whole way. And I was like, this is a really great time.
I went Remington all night. Yeah.
I said, can we see him again?
Yeah. I want to rehash this. You,
Oh, and what I was going to say, though, sorry.
You're fine.
My daughter pointed out that as a company, not personally, that's a company, we are actively involved both financially and in time with ourselves and employees in 26 non-charities in Ward County. Not charities, non-profit, not charities. Charities, non-profit, in Morgan County.
You were until now.
Yeah. No. Very, very, very proud of that. And not just the money, but the time in it. We've got a lot of employees that are involved in it, and they do things too, and I encourage that they give back. I've had employees who've been with me for a long time, and they've grown.
Sure.
And now they've got to a point where it's time to give back.
Yeah.
And that's a pretty cool thing. And like I said, there's a lot of folks you talk about Wes. You see them all over the place. You look at just the banners up at the Cedar Creek, whatever. It's like, okay, and most of them all graduated within 3 or 4 years of us.
Oh, it's a big chunk of
that
us.
group, and I'm really
There's a lot of 85ers.
a lot of 85ers.
Yeah.
I mean, we are. Come on, it's 85.
Otis brings it up. He's in here on Monday for Heroes. So many of us in the community.
Well,
now across the country that do a lot.
There's a couple golf outings, Timmy's and then Johnny Randall's golf outing. Those 2 golf outings is like a big old class reunion for us.
Oh yeah,
and that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
and to see the guys and gals, and just it's. I mean, I guess I'm biased about our class, but dude, there's some rocking folks in our class that have done some great things.
We set the standard.
I'd say, yeah. So
this is why we do what we do.
That's right, man. I like that. I'll take that.
Brad, you're an amazing human being. I love you like a brother. I have since 19.
I don't know about amazing, but I'll tell you what, I could wear a George Washington costume.
Yeah, you watch his video of his presidential still one where he's in there and he's doing the press conference.
I think I should do more press conferences.
I think you should. I think you should. Yeah, has it gone viral yet on TikTok?
Well, as far as my family, it has. I mean, it's my friends. It's gone viral.
You might as well make money off TikTok. You might as well do it.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna throw another one at you. Probably the first weekend we stayed together.
Okay.
You convinced me that we're gonna go camping. So we walked 30 meters south. No, we're not metric. We're imperial. We walked 30 yards south of the house. Actually north of the house, and dig on the side of the hill for drainage.
Yes.
And set a tent up.
Yep.
And about 4:30 in the morning, I wake up, he's gone.
Yeah, but I'm not
he's outside. So yeah, me and you, we camped out there, and I'm like, hoot owls everywhere. You had that hoot owl forever out there right here in the woods.
Oh, yeah.
But you had Joe and Matt not far from us who'd shoot BB guns with us back and forth.
We had
Clark's around the corner.
Oh yeah, Clark's around the corner.
Yeah.
Stephanie a little bit further.
Time to end the show. I gotta work tomorrow. So gotta have you back on. Gotta have you back on with Jeff, Chris, and Craig for sure.
No, I think that would be a fun night, at least for us. I don't know if anybody watching would care.
I don't care.
But
this is special to me.
Yeah, that would be so much fun for us.
You talk about 5 individuals that have put forth a lot of stuff for the community, and their families have put forth a lot for the community. And Craig and Jeff and Chris.
Oh yeah, it's been amazing. Like I said, if you'd have thought that when the 5 of us were putting Crisco in our hair for Halloween that my sister made.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Oh God.
Yeah, I had.
It was months till we could get that out.
Spiked up for like 3 weeks.
Oh yeah,
dude.
Our moms
I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, that was a long time ago. I remember I was at your house when a tornado come through. Wiped out all the trees and grass support too.
Yeah.
Mom and Dad's house.
Yeah, it did.
Wow.
Oh yeah, you start thinking about this. You start thinking about the fact that we drove the van in to get pizza.
We don't. Yeah. Yeah. No, because you're fine until you got going down White Oak Lane where it's one laner. And see, that's like us. Dad said you can drive your cars all you want around ponds. You put it in the pond. I'm not saying I don't know anything about it. So that's why I learned to drive at 13 and 14. And so the first time they're not around, Board Street, they're down the Y, down the gas station, back up. Then it was Village Pantry was right here. Open Pantry was right here. Chicken and bone.
It was. Well, Dad would say,
plates, no nothing, no license.
Dad would say, we're going to go get pizza and Pepsi.
Oh, yeah.
Pizza. And he's like, you go there and you come right back, and that's it.
Hey, 3 of the keys.
I'm driving 7 miles, but that's okay. Don't worry about it. I'm crossing a bridge. I'm on a highway. I'm 12 years old, but you just go there and come right back. Don't go anywhere else.
I think it was me, you, and Craig that night. 3 of the keys.
Yeah.
I was like,
all right, let's go, boys.
That wasn't the only time, too.
No, it was not.
Because several times we drove around the other side of the lake.
Even though we weren't supposed to.
And beep, and then act like we weren't there.
Oh, yeah.
So,
no, that was funny.
Good times.
Yeah.
What big plans this weekend?
I'll tell you what, we've got, I'm mowing tomorrow. For me, I love mowing. I love mowing.
Can you do it before 8 a.m.?
I'm gonna get up early.
Yeah.
Mow early tomorrow. Then we might have some going on. Then we got a little get together we're going to. I think George may show up at that get together. Then
You got to do videos all weekend of it.
yeah,
too.
I've got to. Yeah, and with that, and then
With
Saturday
the fireworks. Yeah.
Oh, Saturday I'm going to. So you sent me talking about the time capsule.
Yeah, we're not doing it though.
Well, they're not doing anything on this Saturday.
You gotta go there. Did you get a hold of them for your plate?
Well, the license plate my dad put in there, I saw in that picture.
I remember that when you said that.
And he put that. I put in sweatbands, and he put it.
I thought you said sweatpants.
No, sweatbands. Remember I used to wear our wristbands all the time.
You're Kelly Dupuka, basically.
Oh wow, that's good. And so I put it. I imagine they disintegrated. So I was going to go Saturday morning to that with my sisters. But I don't know.
I'm supposed to go live, but I'm not. I'll get a hold of them between now and then. But
yeah, I want that license plate. I mean, I've got my dad made the 150th.
I'll text you a number to talk to.
Okay, well, I'll talk about that.
You got to say something to them.
Yeah.
You don't want that to walk.
No, I don't want that to walk. I don't want it cleaned up either.
No.
I want it like it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's a shame, but I get it. I mean, I'm not upset with anybody. It's a shame. It's a real shame, but that's what happened.
You and I discussed that the other day.
Yeah.
It happened.
It happens.
You can't blame anything. Let's move on, learn from it.
Exactly.
Don't bury anything in the ground.
Yeah.
Where you're going to be working, and you're in a city called Artesians.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there's water.
Yeah.
And that water has been there for a long time to dissolve half the crap that it did. And it didn't just happen last week.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's been a while.
Yeah.
Then my sister's having a little thing, and then we're going to come into my daughter's house and watch fireworks here in Martinsville.
Good deal.
I'm going to videotape. Listen to my agent. I'm going to record.
VCR.
I want to see that. I want to see the Washington D.C. fireworks.
Yeah.
Not live, but I want to watch them. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
But what we do here in Martinsville has always been amazing with fireworks, and I love the city park, and I love everybody that goes up there. But I'm too damn old to go mess with that crowd.
Oh, I know.
I try to avoid it. Man, when we were younger, we loved it. It was awesome. But
we had a lot of fun up there.
yeah, we did.
That's different.
Yeah, we did. A lot of people now, so I'll stay in my.
Well, they want me to go there and go live and do some things that we're going to. But on days when it's 94 out, I can't. Yeah, I can't do that. But you got a defibrillator somewhere near and ice packs.
Yeah, we got this is a rough heat thing right now. And, and it's not the heat, Kevin. It's the humidity.
All right, B. Brad, love you, brother.
All right, brother. I love you. Thank you for this.
Be careful. Keep growing. I know you will. You're not going to fail.
Well,
it's not in you.
We're going to wake up every day swinging.
We're going to block a damn punt in the dome, too.
Block a damn punt in the dome.
We'll talk about that when the
we will, for sure.
Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Love you guys.
Thanks, Kevin.
Respect for this man and his family. Nothing but the best for our community and his employees. That's what he does. And you're going to hear more of it because they're not going away anytime soon, like I said.
Hope not.
Love you guys. I'll be back on tomorrow night. Wagman's coming in studio. We're going to talk the most up-to-date information on his brother, and hopefully they find him between now and then, and we'll go from there.
Good.
Love you guys. Have a great night. We will see you tomorrow night.